Hello, it's us again, Mario, and hey,
Right.
Richard.
Hey,
How
hey.
are you today?
Well, yeah, could be better. It
I
was
know.
it was a sunny day at least, but um, yeah, it's because we have this touchy subject we need to
Yeah,
talk about now.
I tried to avoid it over the summer, and I did successfully. But there comes a time when you just have to confess, don't you?
Yeah,
Mm.
you can push things away there like boomerang. Sooner or later, they're gonna catch you again.
Yeah. Well, it's been a fun first season, hasn't it? Or almost a year. Yeah, we've really enjoyed doing this podcast,
Of
especially in the
course,
beginning. Mm.
of course.
Mm. So why are you so down? Come on, tell me.
So yeah, I know this one thing we talked about a lot earlier,
We did.
and now we have to confess. This is at first we liked this idea very much. So I do remember very well when we were sitting in a restaurant in a coffee shop and talking about the ideas and how we could name this little podcast
Mm.
and started from the scratch.
Yeah.
But finally, yeah, mid-season last year, there was there was a point where we were talking about, okay, this is not the way this is going to last for one more season, right?
That's what we thought. But the good thing, the positive takeaway from this is we're going to continue. We definitely want to continue, don't we? It's not that we want to stop, do we?
No, anyone
Oh,
thought
okay,
that?
okay.
No, of course not.
I just
How
thought,
dare you?
bloody hell. So each week, we still want to talk to all the listeners who are out there somewhere, and thank you very much for listening to us and sticking with us, and
At least once a week.
at least once a week. And we like to focus on enabling them to come into our RB Leipzig world, tell them the world of RB Leipzig through our eyes, because we're here in the heart of Leipzig. It's not so much that I'm so keen on recycling news they can get from other outlets. We talk about news, of course, but I love to include more sounds and voices from in and outside the stadium and talk a little bit about Leipzig as well. So just to make them feel like they traveled to Leipzig during that time without physically being here, maybe remembering Leipzig and RB Leipzig because they have been here before. I would love to enable everybody to follow RB Leipzig's journey, and I know you have been following RB Leipzig's journey for a long, long time. Still look very fresh.
I'm
But
an RBL traditionalist,
so you are a traditional RBL supporter.
so to
Lots of
speak.
tradition. Loads of tradition. So, okay, I'm glad to hear this, and you're perking up again, but still, yeah, there's one thing we need to confess, aren't we? There is a quite significant change, is there?
Yes, it is, and you named it. We want to soak people into the RBL world, and therefore we are convinced that we have to change the name of our little podcast. So please announce, Mario.
We do, and we thought long and hard, and of course, in German there's this phrase "die roten Bullen," which we can't name because it's the Red Bulls basically, and I think that would be great to use, but we can't. But we thought we are overly clever. We just change the words around and we call ourselves Bullen in Rot. No, it's in English, Bulls in Red. So I quite like that name. How about you?
I liked it pretty much, although I have to admit, RBLE Global Tracks was my little baby.
I know. And you always have it for the first season. You
But
never
you,
know. Maybe one day you become famous and you can always point to that.
but you convinced me. You convinced me that this new title, this new name, is much smarter, much more catchy, and so yeah. Finally, you convinced me that we need to change to get more attraction to international listeners, and I hope this will work out well. And I'm pretty sure it will.
I'm going to be selfish here because it helps me. Because every time I tell about the podcast, I get a knot in my tongue. RBLE Global Tracks, and they will not remember. But Bulls in Red, I think that is snappy, that is catchy. That's something that we can pass on. So when you listen on your platforms, you're going to notice that the name of the show is going to change to Bulls in Red. And if you listen to us on Spotify, there's not going to be any change to your feed. There will be a change to your feed if you listen to us on other platforms, but that's going to be in September, and we'll announce that in due course. But also you'll notice that we'll be venturing out to Instagram, and also the name on X Twitter will change to Bulls in Red. There will be more, but that's all in due course. But hey, I'm really looking forward to our first episode again, which is pretty soon, isn't it?
Yeah, next week we're gonna
next week. Oh my
we're gonna
god!
recording next week for the first Pokal match, first DFB Cup match at Rot-Weiß Essen. I'm looking forward to that.
Me too, and it's the first round of the DFB Pokal, our national cup, and we're all hoping that the road will lead to Berlin next year. That would be awesome. So once again, we're both very thankful for everybody who's been listening us, who's been following us. If you like to get in touch with us at the moment, you can do this via Twitter. The username doesn't change. That is podcast_RBL. But as mentioned before, you can always reach us by email as well. That is podcast@bullsandred.com. We're looking forward to bringing you our next episode next week. Richard, anything else?
Yeah, let's drop it once more. Bulls in Red.
Yeah, welcome to Bulls in Red. Auf geht's, Leipziger Jungs!